Welcome back. 8 people, mostly patients, were killed in a massive fire that happened at a private hospital in Jabalpur.
Huge plumes of smoke billowed above New Life Multi-Speciality Hospital in Jabalpur as the fire raged inside. Five patients and 3 hospital staff were killed in the fire, and more than a dozen people were injured. According to the initial investigation, the fire was caused by a short circuit.
शॉर्ट सर्किट ग्राउंड फ्लोर पर होने की वजह से बताया गया है स्टाफ के द्वारा। अभी और विवेचना हमारे द्वारा की जा रही है।
Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has announced a compensation of 5 lakh rupees each for the families of the deceased.
Salman Khan has been issued an arms license for self-protection. The actor had recently met Mumbai Police Commissioner over this matter. Salman and his father Salim Khan had received a death threat note just days after Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala was shot dead again from the same Lawrence Bishnoi gang. With the hashtag boycott Lal Singh Chaddha trending on Twitter just days before the movie is set to release, lead actor and co-producer Amir Khan has put out his first reaction. He has said that there are many in India who genuinely believe that he doesn't like the country, and that is completely untrue. Amir Khan has also said that he loves India. He has requested moviegoers to give his film a fair chance. India continues its dream run in the Commonwealth Games, winning the 6th medal. 20-year-old Achinta Shioli smashed the game's record by lifting a total of 313 kilograms to win the gold medal in the men's 73 kilograms category. So far, India has bagged 3 gold medals, 2 silvers and a bronze. Amid the 44th Chess Olympiad, chess fever has taken Chennai to new depths. A team of 6 scuba divers decided to play chess underwater in this now viral video. The team used specially designed heavy coins as chess pieces. The game, which took place 60 feet under the sea, also features the Chess Olympiad's mascot, Tambi. A horrific bus accident in Rishikesh was caught on camera.
A speeding double-decker bus crashed into the road divider and then overturned. The bus crashed into a police checkpost on the side of the road. The impact was so strong that the checkpost was completely demolished. 65 people were on board the bus that crashed. At least 1 passenger was killed. After the accident, locals tried to pull out the passengers from the bus. 15 were injured. Initial investigations show that the bus flipped over after the brakes failed.
There is a new threat in the subcontinent. Chinese spy ship Yuan Wang 5 will dock in Sri Lanka's Hambantota port. The ship is expected to dock for replenishment. It will conduct satellite control and research in the Indian Ocean. India says it's monitoring these developments, having any bearing on its own security and economic interests. Now, why is this spy ship Yuan Wang 5 in Indian Ocean waters, and why is it going to dock in the Hambantota port for 6 days from the 11th of August till the 17th? Remember, Hambantota is the old constituency. It's the backyard, the home base of the Rajapaksa brothers, both former President Gotabaya and the former Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. Hambantota is barely 350 kilometers away from the Gulf of Mannar, which is the territorial boundary between Sri Lanka and India. The Sri Lankan authorities say they are taking into account India's concerns, but since the port itself has been given out to the Chinese on a 99-year lease, there is very little that they can do to stop this ship, which they say has been classified as a civilian ship and not as a military ship. Amid heavy rains in Madhya Pradesh's Harda, a bunch of children risked their lives just to reach school.
They crossed the submerged bridge even as rainwater flowed over it. The children held each other's hands and walked through the strong current. If even one of them had slipped, it would have spelled disaster. The bridge was built on a local river and appeared to be the only way to reach the other side.
स्कूल पढ़ने जाते हैं तो बहुत तकलीफ होती है, आते समय नदी पार करना पड़ता है, इसलिए हम एक दूसरे के हाथ पकड़कर स्कूल जाते हैं.
Harda and several other parts of Madhya Pradesh have been lashed with heavy rains for the past few days. And this has in turn triggered a flood-like situation across the state.
India's biggest ever auction of airwaves ended today with record bids. The total bid was over 1.5 lakh crore rupees. In fact, Reliance Jio was the top bidder with 88,078 crore rupees. Reliance Jio has acquired 24,740 megahertz spectrum. These 5G networks will operate at 10 times the speed of regular 4G. The phased rollout is expected by September of this year. And after the auction, Reliance Jio has released a statement saying that the right to use the spectrum will enable Jio to build the world's most advanced 5G network and further strengthen India's global leadership in wireless broadband connectivity. Reliance Jio Infocom Chairman Akash Ambani said that Jio is all set to lead India's march into the 5G era. The Delhi High Court today said that Union Minister Smriti Irani and her daughter are not the owners of a bar in Goa and no license has ever been issued in their name. The order was pronounced after Smriti Irani filed a civil defamation suit against Congress leaders who allege that her daughter was running an illegal bar in Goa. Telugu Desam Party founder and former Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N.T. Rama Rao's daughter, Uma Maheshwari, was found dead at her home in Hyderabad's Jubilee Hills. A case has been registered and the police are probing possible death by suicide, even though no suicide note has been recovered. Maheshwari was the youngest of NTR's 12 children. Just over a year after it was launched, Battlegrounds Mobile India has been banned. It has been delisted from Google Play Store as well as from the Apple App Store. With 100 million users, this game has a large player base in India. The game has been banned under Section 69A of the IT Act. It is the same provision that was used to ban PUBG Mobile. BGMI was also criticized for sharing data with Chinese servers. Russian missiles struck the southern Ukrainian port city of Mykolaiv.
Ukrainian firefighters struggled to douse the flames in the aftermath of Russian rocket strikes on the Black Sea port city of Mykolaiv. Nearly 50 Grad rockets hit residential areas. The shelling killed one of Ukraine's wealthiest men, Oleksiy Vadatursky, who was heading a grain production and export business. A day after the attack, Ukraine made its first shipment of grains since Russia's invasion. The first ship carrying Ukrainian grain set off from the port city of Odessa under an internationally brokered deal. It's a small but significant first step towards unlocking millions of tons of grains piling up in the country. 22 million tons of grains and other agricultural goods have been stuck in Black Sea ports because of Russia's invasion.
In a major affront to China, U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi is all set to visit Taiwan tomorrow. The Chinese Foreign Ministry said it would be a gross interference in China's internal affairs if Pelosi were to visit Taiwan. Last week, Joe Biden and Xi Jinping had a 2-hour phone conversation in which the Chinese president warned the U.S. against playing with fire over the Taiwan issue. The race to succeed Boris Johnson as the UK's Prime Minister is heating up. Former Finance Minister Rishi Sunak, who's currently trailing to Liz Truss, said that he's committed to reducing personal taxes by 20% within 7 years. Sunak described this as the largest cut to income tax in 3 decades in England. After England's Lionesses defeated Germany 2-1 to lift the women's Euro title, the jubilant players gate-crashed their coach's post-match press conference and sang "It's Coming Home." Lucy Bronze led the England stars around the press conference room, and then goalkeeper Mary Earps leapt up on the press conference table and danced. That's a wrap. Mario Shakil will be joining you in a moment with News Episode.